What's up everyone? In this tutorial, I'm going to be helping you set up your audio-reactivity within Resolume. So the first thing we want to do is we want to turn on our FFT Gain. And to do that, we're going to head over here to the View tab. And we are going to locate Show FFT Gain, select that. And then once you turn that on, if you look down here at the bottom right of our composition, we're going to now have this FFT Gain option. And so what this does basically, the FFT Gain is going to adjust the sensitivity of the audio coming in. And so I would recommend mapping this gain out, this knob out to your MIDI controller. That way we can adjust the audio levels and the audio sensitivity on the fly. So if I crank up the FFT Gain all the way, you can see that we have much more audio levels coming through. And then by demonstration, if we look at an effect here, once I crank this FFT Gain up, you can see that we have a lot of audio processing on this particular parameter of this effect. And then vice versa, if I turn it down all the way, you can see that we don't have very much audio processing happening. So this is a great tool to play around with how much audio you're getting. And so definitely set this up. And then after we have our FFT Gain set up, we're going to head over here to the Arena tab, click on Preferences, the Audio tab, and then this is where we are going to turn on your audio reactivity. So for your output and your input devices, I'm actually using an application called Voicemeeter, and I would recommend that you guys download Voicemeeter as well, especially if you don't have an external microphone, because what this is going to do is this is going to set up to where we can process internal audio on our device. So right now I'm using Spotify to play music, and since I don't have like any speaker or anything, I'm using my headphones. So if you don't have your speaker set up on your desk and you have no way to process that sound, definitely set up Voicemeeter. That way you can just process it internally, and then there's no need for any extra external speakers or a microphone. We can just do it all within Voicemeeter. And so here for Voicemeeter, I'm actually using a pair of headphones, and so I have that selected for my output, and then my input I'm just using a microphone. And then when we head over here to our Arena Preferences, now I can use my output and my input settings through Voicemeeter. However, if you don't want to set up Voicemeeter and you just want to use your headphones per se, or your speaker setup under your audio output device, you can just select your headphones or your speakers here. But you do need to make sure that whenever you select your output device, that you select it under the direct sound option. Don't use the Windows audio options. This is actually going to give us a different set of settings that we can use within Resolume. So under your direct sound, I'm going to be using Voicemeeter. If you're using headphones, whatever, this is where you'd select that. And then for your input device, this is what actually this is actually how we process and pick up sound within Resolume. So if you don't have again, if you don't have a microphone set up on your desktop setup, most of us will be able to use this use your internal microphone on your laptop if you're using audio reactivity at shows, which you should be doing. So here's where you'll set up your microphone on your laptop, or if you're at home on your desktop and you don't have a microphone, make sure that you download that Voicemeeter application, and then that'll take care of that for you. So this is where you'll select your input. Go ahead and select whatever device you're using, and then we're going to change the master output channels to left and right if it's not already on that. And then to actually turn on the audio reactivity in Resolume for your external audio FFT input, this is where we will change it from no input to left and right. And after you do that, it should open up your audio settings for you. And then for your sample rate, I have it set to 96,000. By default, it's at 44,000. I have a pretty high end PC, so I'm able to handle the extra processing power. If you do not, I would recommend just keeping it at 44,000. And then you'll need to adjust your buffer size. If you read here at the bottom left, it says what the buffer size does, but it's dealing with audio latency. I personally have never had any issues with audio latency, but I'll always put it at 1024, which is what the recommendation for the placeholder is for this. So put it on 1024. I don't have any issues. But yeah, after that, you should be good to go. And if you follow those instructions carefully, you will now see that you should have some audio picking up here within Resolume. If you do not have any audio here in this little pink box, then you might need to do some extra adjustments on your PC sound settings. And so just make sure that you have the proper input and output devices selected within Windows as well. And then now that we have our audio-reactivity set up in Resolume, for any parameter or effect that you're using to make it audio-reactive, you're just going to head over to that parameter, select the gear or settings icon, and then this is where you will select external FFT. So once you turn that on, you'll now see that we have some audio reactivity happening with that particular parameter. So that's pretty much it for setting up your audio reactivity in Resolume. I hope that you found this useful. If you have any questions, as always, don't hesitate to reach out. But yeah, hope you guys have fun with your new audio reactive setup. And as always, thanks for watching.